Inbox and calendar is where the opportunity is. If you really want to go full time with somebody, if you have somebody process every new email that comes to you, I'm not saying they have to reply on your behalf, although it's fun, they at least can start to understand where their to-dos are because it's in your inbox.
Just downstream from that, actually, when it comes to email, what's the process from there? You know, you are this complex decision engine. Mm-hmm. No one fully knows whether you're going to say yes or no to a particular thing. What is your step-by-step inbox management triage?
You're talking my love language right now. I will give you the goods. So here's the concept is, you know, in your inbox, even if you get 1,000 emails a day, 5,000, like there's certain things that are just don't require immediate attention, right? So what I like to do is, you know, even before you hire somebody, just go start setting up some rules. Right. So like there's in every email tool, there's filters, and you could set one up for just newsletters and say anything with the unsubscribe link, put it in this folder, set a task every Friday for 45 minutes to process. And that way you go in there, you scan through, you read the ones you want to read. Like that could be a beginning start. Mm-hmm. And then what I do is I have 7 folders. So the big idea for me is all companies I'm involved in, if I have different domains in my Gmail, they all go to one spot. So I have all mail goes into my primary inbox. And then what I have within there is a label in Gmail or a folder in Outlook that is...
Well, that's what you're using? You're using Gmail?
I use Gmail to do all this. And
Gmail Web?
Yeah, I've tried Front. Like Front app I went there for a bit, but because it does some cool routing task stuff. But we went back. Superhuman, I don't know if it has this feature. I'm assuming it does. What I love about Gmail is the delegated access. So I can give access to my assistant and her assistant because she's that busy without giving them password to my Gmail because my Gmail is essentially
everything
vulnerable. Yeah, yep. There's certain things, attack vectors you just don't want to do.
Yep.
And so then the folders are my folder, Dan, Dan Martell. And then that's where my phone goes to. When I open up my email on my phone, it goes to that folder. Okay. So I never ever, and this is the hardest part. I remember when I first did it, I just kept checking, right? Again, you teach people how to treat you. So if you hire an assistant and tell her to manage the inbox, and then you keep checking and replying whenever it's a weekend or whatever, then she's going to go, well, if I just wait long enough, Chris or Dan's going to reply to, you know? So that was a hard one. And then what I do after that, and these are there's 7. The other ones are like finance, anything, you know, financial related reporting, all my updates. I want that in one spot. It's easy to find. But the big one is responded, to respond, and review. Okay. So what happens is email comes in, and this is why Richard Branson showed me how to do this, where essentially every morning he ran his everybody that needed anything from him went through Helen, his assistant. She's still with them now. I think it's 16 years she's been with them. She travels with them, I'm assuming still, and they would just have breakfast. And essentially she would only bring to him the things that she didn't know how to deal with. But again, she's been there for that long. Everybody knows her. She knows his preferences. So 99.2% of the stuff, she just moved forward and they routed, right? And this is like the concept of routing is actually financially a very important decision, like strategy. You know, what's his name? The CEO, the previous CEO, Eric Schmidt from Google talked about, they said, my job as CEO is a route. Email comes in, go. Like he just needs to send to the right person. So the review folder is only the things that my assistant doesn't know how to deal with. And then we have a daily meeting where she literally talks to me. She's like, Chris, email, he wants to do this. And I don't know, should we do it this date or that date? I say, well, in the future, this is the principle. What would you do? See, I'm teaching, right? So I use the review folder to actually teach my thinking behind because if not, then you're telling somebody.
You're doing that in person or video?
Phone. I try to do it over phone because I'm always in commute, right? I don't want to have to be in front of a laptop. And honestly,
so as that's coming into your assistant, they're making notes. They're saying in future, when X, then Y.
They do a draft email and they put their notes in. So they process the email. They put the draft for them to read to me over the phone. It's a little hack for what it's worth because there's really no note place in Gmail.
Yep.
So they reply. And then if I ever see it in there, I can actually leave my own notes and we just put our initials before.
Be careful that you don't send that to someone by accident.
It's never happened, but I 100% have done
something similar.
Oh yeah. And then the cool part is some of the control freaks in the world, they were like, well, I need to know what's being said on my behalf. So that's where the responded comes into play. So everything my assistants reply on my behalf, they tag responded. And then if anything comes into my folder, so let's say they put something in there, but I wanted them to deal with it, like a contract that I reviewed, I then label it to respond, and that's their to-do list they start with in the morning. So we built this cool little mechanism where emails can still flow. There's no bottlenecks, and over time they get better. Now, the whole philosophy for me is, I believe, like if you think about velocity of opportunity. See, your inbox is nothing more than strangers' requests on your time. Like really, that's all it is. It's like anybody can guess your email, they send a request, and then it's just a thing that you have to do. If you had an office like on Main Street, Austin, right, 6th Street, you wouldn't just allow strangers to walk into your office and interrupt you. Yet that's what email essentially is. So my whole philosophy is create somebody that stands in between. They protect your time. They interact. And then that way, if somebody needs something, they just get it right away. It's like if I'm speaking at an event and they want my headshot, so there's actually language that I've created that I think would help anybody that's like, ooh, that feels a little, and I'm Canadian. So like, that was really hard for me. I didn't want to it felt super douchey. So the language is, hey, this is Dan's assistant. I got to this before he did. And I assumed you wanted the fastest reply. And then she replies. And then it's a reply, and then it says Anne. So they know it's her. Right. So here's another trick. All my everything goes through my email, because in the future, if I'm at a counter and they're saying, what's your confirmation number? I want to search my inbox. But if they're doing stuff in their email, then I don't have the confirmation unless they forward it. So my rule
That's why you like delegate access.
Yeah. And I put everything in one spot. And then, yeah, I mean, I joke now that, inbox 0 is cool, but even cooler is 0 inbox. So I don't even do email anymore. Real quick, you've made it to the end. Let me tell you what I know about you. You're not somebody that's looking to do shelf help. You're not somebody that's just doom scrolling on social media. You're here because you want to build a real business, and you're sick and tired of not getting the real insights to grow inside your business. So I want to help you avoid all the pain trying to figure this out the hard way like I did it. That's why I put together everything I've ever learned into the Scale Workbook. It's the internal document that I use with every founder I work with that turns a chaotic business into a money-making machine. And teaching you all of this without burning more hours. It's totally free. The link is in the description, or you can just scan the QR code on the screen, because I'm here to help you build your empire.